Welcome back to Qtronics and a Merry Christmas to all. Yes, hopefully if this has gone right, it will be going out around Christmas, maybe even on Christmas Day, hence the Christmas t-shirt. That's the only time you're going to catch me wearing one of these guys. But anyway, welcome back to Qtronics. And yes, I'm going to end the year how I started it, doing some kind of fix, as you've guessed from the thumbnail and the title of the video. So, first of all, before we get any further, at the time of recording this video, I'm exactly 9 subscribers away from 1,000 subs. So if you haven't subscribed already and you like my content, whether it's news, fixes or whatever, please subscribe. I will be looking to do some more fixes going into next year as well as the new stuff with the Switch 2. But before we get any further, once I get to 1,000 subscribers, I will be giving away this Nintendo Switch Lite. Currently, the Joy-Con on the one side has stick drift and it's unmodded. So I'll be fixing that Joy-Con with an original coloured one so it matches the aesthetic, as it's a Pokemon Sword and Shield Zamazenta version and Zacian. And I will also be installing a mod chip, so you can do whatever you want with it. I don't care. Anyway, let me know in the comments what you would do with that. And let me know in the comments if you're picking up any gaming related stuff for Christmas or over the Christmas holidays or during the January sales. Let me know what you're buying because I'm really interested to see what my viewer base likes to buy. Anyway, let's get into it then. So, friend and fan of the channel, Matt Talks Tech, recently reached out to me. As you know, we're friends and he's reached out. He's been on the channel before. Now, unfortunately, he won't be making an appearance here today unless some kind of Christmas miracle happens. So, don't hold your breath. He said something along the lines of, "Oh, I'm sorry, mate. Can you fix my Game Boy Micro? It needs a new shell. But I'm too busy doing proper YouTuber things to come and see you." So he literally came, knocked my door, went, "Here's the thing, goodbye." And that's it. So yeah, so this is what we have. We currently have a Game Boy Micro and it's very beat up, very scratched as you can see. It does work. Ba-ding, boop. There we go. And it's all working and stuff, which is lovely. I'm going to get a Pokemon game out just to confirm that it's working. It has to be a Pokemon game because what else do you play on Game Boys? So I'll get my copy of Pokemon Fire Red. If I had to pick the Pokemon game, the backup would have been Breath of Fire. What an absolute game that was. If you never played it, fantastic game. Originally came out on the PlayStation 1, I believe. I think. Actually, no, I lie. It came out on the NES. And then they re-released it on PlayStation. Obviously, did a Game Boy Advance port. So yeah, really good game. Anyway, Pokemon Ruby. So let's bang Pokemon Ruby in there. Make sure it's all working before we go any further. Ping. Oh man, it's so nostalgic. There we go. It's all booting up. Yeah, perfect. So I never had a Game Boy Micro. I'm not gonna lie. It's so small and tiny. Look how small it is in my hands. I really like it. So probably after this video, I'm probably gonna buy myself one. So before we go any further, let's get into it. I'm gonna be following the iFixit guide because I have never taken one of these apart. So come along and enjoy the ride. As probably messed this up. Anyway, let's get into it. I'm just gonna grab my tools. Right then, let's get into it. So apparently, first thing first, we need to do is get this faceplate off. So there's 2 holes here that we have to poke in and not break things. So let's get it all apart first, and then I'll show you the shell that we have to replace it. All right then, let's hope this will do the job. Is that off now? There we go. Nice and simple. Oh my. Man, that is dirt. If you're watching this, Matt, that is dirty, mate. What have you been doing to this? Looks like cat piss. It's not, but it does look like cat piss. Anyway, that's gone in the bin. Right then, on to the next step as we go through this guide. Now, I believe next step here is a battery cover. So a Phillips a 00 screw, not a triple like we have on the Switch. So let's get on here. I did recently invest in some new screwdrivers as well. So I'm not sponsored, but I'm not gonna lie, I am really impressed with them. The iFixit key is pretty good. Right, let's get into it. If I can find the screwdriver. 00. And then the case should just pop off, I believe. There we go. Nice and simple. We'll take that. We'll leave that screw in actually. But again, very, very dirty. I will say though, the all metal shell on these feels lovely. So when it comes to the battery, I think we just pop it up, and then it just connects in here. So I think it's literally just pull it out. Okay, so it is the case of just pulling it out. So let's just hope we don't break this. Oh, there we go. Nice and simple. Just pull it out. Right, let's zoom back out a little bit. Okay, and the guide tells me next we've got some more screws to undo. So we've got 2 tri-wings here. So let's get them out in a second. And we've got some more Phillips. 1, 2, and 3. Now the fun part's going to be, guys, is can I remember where all these screws go? 2 tri-wing screws. Which are these 2 here? There's 2 more screws to remove here, 2 more Phillips. So let's get rid of that tri-wing and go back onto the Phillips. Oh no, I lied, they are tri-wing screws. So on the side of the console here, 2 more tri-wings. Okay, and then I believe we can just pop the cover off. We could do, except these 2 more tri-wing screws on the top, which I completely forgot about because I'm a moron. Right, and now it should hopefully just pop off. There we go. There's the back off. So I'll put that aside. And then now we're back to Phillips screws. So we have a Phillips screw down here and a Phillips screw up here. I'm going to take this power button. Will that pop off here or not? And on here is one of the buttons. I think that's the volume button. So we'll just keep that safe for now. And then once that's off, I believe... so on this shell set, there was actually supposed to be a clip here that's broken. Again, we're replacing the shell, so it's not so much of an issue. And then we can remove the buttons. Obviously, don't lose the springs that are attached to them, because unless you've got spare springs somewhere. And then we can remove the remaining 2 screws to get the shield of the game cartridge reader. So 1 and 2. And then the timer board now just pops out. So I think at this point now we can remove... No, we can't. I lied to you. As per usual, nothing goes exactly according to plan, does it? I believe the front of this screen should just pop off without any... There we go. That's what I was trying to do, so nothing breaks. So now we can remove the buttons. As you can see, lots of this is falling apart in my hands. There's bits of random plastic everywhere, look. The mid-frame is just collapsing somehow. I'm hoping to God we've got a new mid-frame. Else I'm going to be a little bit sad. Speaker in these I like. It just sits on it. There's no like soldering for it or anything. You can see the mid-frame is starting to go there. Right, we now should be able to disconnect this without causing any damage. So underneath there's just a little tab you have to pop up. And then there's another little one here, look. And then that should pop out. And then the screen should also pop out. And there we go. Completely detached now. Okay then. That took a lot longer than I thought it was going to take. But again, I've never done one of these before, so we're out now. So let's get the parts and see what we're working with. So unfortunately, you don't get a new mid-frame with this, so you need to be really careful when taking your mid-frame apart. I have no other ways of saying it, but I'm going to give that mid-frame a bit of a clean, and we'll go from there. Right, then I'll give it a little bit of a clean, and we'll have to reverse what we've done here. So if I get the screen back on, I was hoping for a new mid-frame, but obviously not the case. I've just noticed a bit of gunk on this board here, so I'm just going to give that a bit of a clean. Right, that's good. Let's get the frame back on then. So we'll need to get the buttons back in. I'm going to put some new buttons on this. We're going to use the membranes of the old ones. I'm going to put the new buttons on. The membranes actually look in really good condition, so that'll be fine. You know what, it's probably going to be easier to put the buttons back in without the screen being in place, so let's move that aside for a second. Also, the button cutouts have a little square on them. You can see that the square needs to sit there, and this thing here sits like that. Perfect. there's the new frame at least, which is nice. Which means the start and select buttons won't fall out now, so we can get on to the other buttons. Right then guys, so you have to take the front plate off to get the start button in. So we'll drop that in now, and then we put that front plate back on. And then we can hook that front plate back on. There we go. And nothing should fall out again now. And then you can see this button works, look. Nice little audible click. Just one second. So, sorry, first things first, let's get this shield on. So now we should start to feel, yep, it feels better now. Cool. It's very confusing, as you can tell. The guides for these are very few and far between. Few and far between. So then I believe this part can go on next. So this is where our volume button will sit. We also need to get the I just realised a massive faux pas here. I've got obviously all the different buttons that I've not put back in. So I'm going to take it back apart, put the buttons in. Just bear with me a second. Okay, the shield is back in place now. 2 Phillips screws on those. I did originally say on this channel all the gear and no idea, and I think that that quote is still valid, isn't it? Something's not quite in here. Okay, right then, shoulder buttons. So I've watched a video on this before, and the way the shoulder buttons work is a bit awkward. So they're just kind of held in place to start with. Right then, so we've got the left button, so the right button. Trust me when I tell you this will be awkward because of springs. Springs are the bloody worst thing. Okay, that's one in. Because you always feel like you're only one step away from the springs just firing off anywhere. And it's kind of technically the truth, that's why. Just testing those buttons. So I believe the volume rocker sits here. Yeah, it just sits. There's a nice little gap for it to slot into, I think. That is clicking, luckily. And then we have 2 Phillips screws here, one down the bottom, one at the top here. And if I'd have done this properly, I'd have realised that actually there's a little notch that needs to sit on. I'm just checking that button doesn't feel like it was in properly, because it wasn't. Yeah, again, springs, hate them. Anything with a spring is a joke. And bits of the bloody A-frame keep breaking, which is really, really not good. But I think it should be alright. Well, it's gonna have to be. I don't have those parts to hand. Again, GB micro parts are hard to find. I assume we'll be able to get a new mid-frame for Matt though, so he can bring it back when he doesn't need this. He wants this soon because he wants to use it over Christmas, hence why I'm doing it so close to Christmas. Right, they're back in now, which is nice. So I believe the next bit is actually the metal cover. So here's the new metal cover. It looks absolutely beautiful. that on. So now we can screw that back down. So got 3 Phillips. So I think we should technically be at a point now where we can actually give it a test before I put the final bits back together. Let's plug again and make sure it actually turns on. Which it doesn't seem to want to be, does it? Ah, the battery's not actually in. Oh, definitely not got any speaker action there, have we? Right, I'm going to take it apart, guys, because some of the buttons don't seem to be lighting up either. Oh, they are, but I'm not sure I like these start buttons. So give me a sec. I'll be back in a sec when I reassemble it and get that speaker working. Right, catch you in a second. This is taking the piss. So we're back once again, and now it's fully assembled properly. The buttons are in place. So it turns out the issue is I'm an idiot, and the speaker had rotated when I turned it on like an idiot. So now battery's back in. I've not screwed down this part yet. I just wanted to show you that it's actually working before we go any further. Bing! Ooh. That up button's a bit iffy. Again, it might just be because it's not screwed back together properly. No, that up button's definitely dodgy. Right, I'm going to take it back apart and have a look at that up button. See if there's any gunk on it or anything. So let's get back down to there and see where we get to. Right, we'll go again, guys. I'm going to dawdle at this now, though. Right, let's get down to business and take this apart again. It's become a joke now. When will it end? Why did I agree to do this at Christmas? Da-na-na, da-na-na. Fuck off. Don't know. Right, lyrics there, guys. That's as good as you're getting. Right. I think I know what I'm doing now. Famous last words. Pop that. Pop that. So let's have a little look at this up button. Ah, that is where all the corrosion was around. So let's give it a bit of a clean. It might just be that this up button might not be great ever again. As I'm looking at it, and I think some of the contact has been eaten away. Just giving the membrane a clean as well, just in case that helps. I think technically, no, you can't. So yeah, it might just be a case that that up button's always going to have a little bit of an issue. Right, let's get the buttons back in here, and we'll go from there. Let's hope this is the final time now I'm doing this part. That all appears to be sitting correctly. If I just plug the battery in quickly, I should be able to test if that volume works. If I can plug the battery in quickly. Yep, we heard that. Perfect. Let's unplug that. Okay, let's get it back together for hopefully the last time. If all's gone well, this will just slot in without no real issue. Oh, it's knocked the button out. No. It does feel a bit like the Gameboy Micro is like a premium product, but also not premium at the same time. It's the weirdest feeling. I don't know really how to explain it, but it feels a bit good and not good. It's very strange. They are magnetic. They're just enough to knock a screw out of the hole, but not enough to hold it in place. Oh, for God's sake, man. Oh. I'm getting really fed up with this today now. Oh, the button here is stuck. Oh, right. I'm going to just pause this, guys, and I'm going to get it all back together, and I'll get right to the end, and we'll go from there. See you in a minute. Right, so I'm pretty much where I left you off. I've put the back cover on. Everything's working. So finally, we can put that front cover on and finish this absolute craziness of a device that should have taken me 20 minutes at best. Let's be honest, it wouldn't be a Q-Tronics video without it taking me this longer. So let's give this screen a nice little clean. And as I said, in the new year, we'll get a new membrane and we'll look at see if we can do in something with those contacts. I reckon if we put a bit of solder on them, we might be able to make those contacts work again and get that up button to work even better than it does now. But it's too close to Christmas. I have not got the time to be doing that. The final bit I can mess up. So let's pop the clips in. Right. We're in. And this was a copy of Ruby I found ages ago on the internet. So let's have a look at what Pokemon they've got. Oh, they haven't even got any Pokemon yet. They're rubbish. Anyway, guys, there you go. That's now done. Thank you very much for joining us. As I said before, I don't think Matt's going to be here to finish us off, so you'll have to just take my word for it that it is actually Matt's. In the future, I'm going to look at redoing this because I'm not happy with that middle membrane. It just fell apart like butter. Anyway, thank you very much for joining. Please like and subscribe because it really helps the channel to grow. We're so close to that 1,000. Hopefully, by the time you see this, I'm already there. But if I'm not, thank you anyway. And something that I always like to say on some kind of Christmas episode, because I'm a little bit weird, and that is Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night. Right, see you later, guys. Bye.